Good evening, everyone. Take a look at the nice view behind us, okay? I'm just going to show you. Look at this. Okay, I'm at Cala Del Mar, all right? And we're here, and the sun is just starting, well, not starting, it's almost finished setting, okay? All right? And, yes, this is Reese, right? Reese Mario?
Yes.
This is Reese Mario. Come over here. See, this is my friend, and he's helped me move in to the Cala Del Mar. On Monday, we start a New World Practitioner training, everyone. Now, I don't know if you're new to this channel, but you better be ready because I'm going to bring the thunder down. So if you're like sensitive or you can't handle the truth, I wouldn't come on my platform from Monday for 9 days. I'm going to be teaching people from all over the world. They're flying in from all over the world to Mexico, to Cala Del Mar, and they're coming for a whole life coach training. Now, you need to understand something, and when I say this, I mean this in the nicest way. Somebody said the other day to me, Dr. Wolf, you're so condescending on us. Really? Okay, first of all, I unconditionally love everybody. And understand something, I will not follow the herd. I will not follow the majority. I won't eat like them. I won't drink like them. And I won't think like them. Does anybody see what's happening to the majority of the population? Does anybody understand that the majority of the population does not rule? They are ruled. They get schooled. They get fooled. And guess what? They're going to be taken down. People go, why do you talk like this? Well, because I'm just hoping that there's a few of my brothers and sisters out there ready to wake up, ready to crack the coconut from the inside out, because understand something. I don't say I'm on with the exact dates, but I'm telling you, April, March, they are coming and they're marching in. And guess what? I'm telling you right now, COVID was an hors d'oeuvre, okay? Because guess what they want to do? They've got to crush the US dollar completely until it doesn't exist. They are going to introduce digital, whether you like it or not, okay? And to do that, they're going to have to take everything away from you and basically starve you on all levels so that you go down on your knees and you beg God, please. But really what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I can't take anymore. I can't take anymore. What is it you want us to do? What is it you want us to do? 250,000 of them can strategize and come together, and they don't even like each other, these psychos, but they can strategize and they can take down 8 billion people. So don't tell me that I am going to condescend. I am not condescending. I'm going to tell you something. Those people that haven't started to wake up right now are not going to wake up. And I apologize that when they come onto my channel, they go into shock, and they've already been in shock. There's no such thing as I got PTSD. No, you've got telling yourself the same horror story every day. You don't have anybody that's there telling you, I got your back. Okay, telling you that, guess what, you were created by God Almighty and you need to act like it. And we need to become spirit beings. I don't run a spiritual course, I run a spirited course. I don't run a course that people are allowed to follow me. You cannot follow me. You have to find yourself, okay? You have to find yourself, your authentic self, and stand in your power. And guess what? That means stand in your power with your family, with your spouse, with the world. Start practicing unconditionally loving and caring for yourself and saying no to the things that you shouldn't have done, but you do it because you're so desperate for love, because you've been taught that if you do love yourself, oh my God, you're going to hell, or you're some kind of sinner, or you're so selfish. Listen, I am not materialistic, but I will tell you something right now, okay? I know how to create abundance on an emotional, mental, physical, and financial level. And yes, I do. And understand something. That was a God-given right that we were given. And understand something here. We don't even need money on this planet. Money on this planet is just to enslave us all. And then we didn't need to be different colors, but they made us different colors so that we could pick on different colors. They made all these religions for over 100,000 different religions so that we would go to war, okay, as a Christian. And I was raised a born-again Christian, and us Christians have killed more people on this planet in the name of God. And understand something right now. I'm not your guy. I'm probably not your guy. I get it. You don't want me unless you want to understand that almost everything you've been told is a fable, fairy tale. A fable, fairy tale. Do I believe in God? Absolutely. I wouldn't be here, okay? Am I thankful? Am I going to humble myself down to that? Yes. Am I going to humble myself down to any other human being on this planet? Absolutely not. Am I going to unconditionally love everyone on this planet? Because every time that I don't, guess what? It makes myself sick. Am I going to make myself sick? No, because I love myself. People get sick because they don't love themselves. Oh, that's such BS. I got the flu. Everybody gets it. I don't get the flu. Okay, both of my parents passed on before they were 55 years old. My father had 3 heart surgeries, okay, and then he had leukemia 3 times. And the first 2 times, the first time we got rid of his leukemia in 6 weeks. Believe it, I don't really care. I've got the blood work. And that's what we did. And then we got rid of the leukemia 3 months the second time. And the third time he couldn't make it to me. So you can believe this or not believe this, but you have been fed bullshit, okay, all your life. You limit yourself because they limited you. This is a slave planet, whether you get it or not. We don't need to have money. There's enough food, there's enough water. We could have 100 billion people on this planet. And these people that are talking about how climate change and there's not enough food and everybody's worried, are you like out of your skull? They've been talking like this for 250 years. 250 years, the same story over and over again. If you were to go, and why don't you go and do some history? Not his story. Why don't you find a real historian that uncovers the BS for most religions, okay? All right, most of them are made from fairy tales, and I'm not trying to pick on your religion. If it will heal you, if it will feel you, if it will actually give you the power to stand in your authentic self, and if it doesn't have a chokehold on you or make you feel guilty or sadden you or make you scared to die, make you scared to live, then I say go for it. Okay, I don't care what it is. Make up your own religion. Make up your own story. That's what I do. My story is that which created the universe has always loved me, and I am not a sinner. Sin means missing the mark, and I'm going to keep on teaching people this. And guess what? Some of you are going, oh, he's really going to hell first. He's going to hell so fast, he'll be a rocket ship. Well, understand something. I love my life. It doesn't matter how many wars are going on. I'm not going to get involved, and there's no war that was worth it. So just know that. And guess what? I love America, and America is going to go up in flames because of why? Because guess what? Every 500 years, okay, the emperor falls, and people don't get that. The U.S. dollar is not even worth 0 right now. They're just making. Can you elaborate? You come and take my course. I'll give you everything. I will promise you that if you take my whole life course, by the 3rd day, I'll give you your money totally back, and you can keep the practitioner's manual, okay, which everybody learns. And I'll let you still have my products at wholesale. How's that? But no. The reality is how can you teach people? You can't teach them unless you can teach them how to reprogram themselves. Unless you're willing to erase and replace your beliefs. I don't care what you do. You may heal yourself, but it's temporary. I don't care what you do. You may fall in love with somebody and it's not going to last, because until you unconditionally love and care for yourself first and foremost and come together with another human being as 2 spirits wanting to rock this world and knowing that this world is full of bullshit and full of lies, and that your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, and all your neighbors are lying to you because they've been lied to, and guess what? You are going to love them anyways, unconditionally. You know what? A person is not their beliefs. You need to know that until their unconditional love and unconditional care. And most people are never going to opt into this because guess what? It is too far off the radar. And that's okay, though. You're probably going to have a eternity to wake up to the fact that until you unconditionally love and care for yourself, then you're not a true spirit being. Do you get that? And understand something. There isn't one person that can make me feel guilty or make me feel sad, or there's not one person that I will ever blame any part of my life on. I've been ripped off for $1 million in my lifetime, okay? I've been lied to, okay? But guess what? I set myself up. You know what? I can tell you every one of those times, every time that I ever complained or explained that somebody ripped me off or took me for something or You know what? Give it up, everyone. Give up your story. Because you know what? It's like invisible bonds that bind us, and you're never going to move forward, okay? Let me tell you, I don't focus on people that have very bad beliefs, okay? I don't focus on them, but I also will never give them any anger, any hate, and I will not talk bad about them. You'll see me post things that are true. You'll see me make humor of them. I don't know how else I can reach people. If I could reach everybody's heart, if I could reach the God spot in everybody's heart, well, my life is complete. That would be complete for me. That's the deal. I'm coming out with an app that we've poured my heart into, and this app, there's nothing like it. 90% of it is free, and it's called Braveheart Nation. It'll be out in April. I just released my Perfect Day Guide, a 535-page manual on do-it-yourself things where you become from patient to practitioner, practitioner to doctor. You read my manual, and there's not one practitioner out there smarter than you. If you make notes and you study it, and then you go from my 535-page manual, and you go in there and go deep, then go into my library, and don't tell me you don't have any money, because you're never going to have any money, because you go around saying you don't have any money. People that don't have any money say they don't have any money, and people that don't have any money are always just trying to pay their bills. And me, if I got bills coming in, I know I'm doing something right. And that's the way it is. But do know this. This planet never needed money. There's enough food, there's enough water, there's enough of everything. Not one drop of water has ever left the planet. I mean, I can't walk in Mexico where, you know, I live in the United States and Mexico, but I'm going to mainly stay here. They can't freeze me out. They can't shut down the supermarket because the supermarket is growing all over the place. I can get fresh fish if I want to go get my fishing rod, okay? I can go and pick an avocado off the tree, go get a coconut, and understand something. When you learn to love and care for yourself, you won't need all these physical things. You won't be a consumer getting consumed. Ask me what I need. Ask me what I want. I want you to fall in love with yourself. And every time that somebody falls in love with themselves, another star in the universe is shining brighter. And you have helped to change this planet. That is the truth. You can believe it or not believe it, but I love you. And I will love you until the end of time. And I will keep loving you. And you know what? The best thing that you can do for someone that doesn't love themselves and is having a real tough time on this planet is love them anyway. If they disrespect you, love them anyway. That doesn't mean you hang out with them. Doesn't mean that you go and sleep with them. Doesn't mean that you do anything with them. But the reality is you walk away with unconditional love. And then you seek out your tribe. You know, in this Braveheart Nation app, you can actually seek out people, okay, that are high vibrational, people that are believing that the invisible is more important than the physical, that the psychological is more important than the biological, that the invisible creates the physical, and that there are no diseases. And everybody, I don't care what you are, you can call me up, and I'll do it during the course. I'll say, here's my phone number, and I'll say, okay, so what's your illness? And then I'll tell you your personality, because your personality creates your reality. And then what happens is your reality then feeds your personality, and you get locked in for life. That's right. That's why I keep marrying the same guy. I keep going out with the same girl. I don't know why I keep making that same mistake. I don't know why every 3 days I have an emotional breakdown. I don't know why I say I'm going to quit this and then I can't quit this and I'm addicted to it. I don't know why. Well, because all you got to do is stop focusing on what you don't want and then just focus on what you do want, and then do the love band work. Do this, the wearing a slight smile on your face, connecting to your breath. And every place that you go, you have to leave somebody smiling. You have to leave smiles wherever you go. That's what I do. That's what I do. I make friends everywhere. Let me tell you something. I live in Zihuatanego here, and guess what? People know who I am. And they also know that, guess what? I got their back, and I don't need to know them. I got their back. All right? They know that I got their back. And understand something. I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But I will tell you this much. Love yourself first and foremost. And those that you struggle with, understand, people don't change. They don't change. Okay, and that's 999 people out of 1,000. They just get old. Hey, how's it going with your husband? Well, you know, he's better. Yeah, he's gotten older. He can't lift his arm up to hit me anymore. I know. I shouldn't have said it. Maybe I shouldn't have, but the reality is it's true. It's true. Oh yes, he's mellowed out because he doesn't have any energy. He drinks too much, smokes too much. He's too angry all the time. He's burnt himself out. The reality is, remember something, you deserve the best. But if you're not going to give yourself the best and make decisions to stand in that, then you're going to become a rug. And people are going to walk all over you for the rest of your life. You don't have to get angry. Listen, you can speak in a soft voice and just say, sweetheart, we've been together for 20 years. I'm no longer buying into this relationship we have. What's that? Well, the relationship where you push my button, I push your button, and then we're angry for 2 to 3 days. That's what they want from us. There's an entity on this planet, sweetheart, that's feeding on our misery and on our happiness. And when we do the happiness thing, they starve. But when we are hurting ourselves and hurting our children, guess what? They're getting off on it, okay? So I've decided, okay, to join the love team, unconditional love team, the unconditional care team. And they told me I had to start with myself. So if I can pull it off with myself, I might be able to do it with you and then stop hating you every 3 days, which I don't want to do because it drains the living crap out of me. So understand something. I know people go, oh, you just rattle on, get that guy off of here. Well, this is my platform. And the reality is, yes, I am different. And yes, okay, maybe I act crazy, but guess what? You gotta be crazy, baby. You gotta be a rebel. And you know what? You gotta stand up for yourself sometime, okay? Do you remember the last time you did? Some people, it was only when you learned how to stand, and then it was over, right? Then we had conditional love, where they said, mommy and daddy aren't gonna love you if you don't do this. Mommy and daddy aren't gonna la 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 la. Because this is not a just world. It's a judgment world. And understand something, I will never judge you. I will observe, and I'll get rid of her. So, listen to me. This is a judgment world. We don't need rules. I don't follow any of the rules locally, provincially, state, or federal. They can take the rules and take them where the light doesn't shine because they live in darkness, okay? Understand that. We actually have created what's called the Indigenous program, where you can actually be adopted by the Taino tribe and you can be a practitioner anywhere in the world. And guess what? No court will take you to court anymore, whether you're a natural doctor or a medical doctor, when you get adopted by the Indigenous tribe, because that's outside of white man's law. So understand something. We need to learn to play their game, and it's just a game. It's just a game. And now what we're going to do in the next few months is go into the Monopoly game. The Monopoly game is where they're going to try to steal all your money, honey. Okay? So understand, when they told you to save your money, you might want to not do that. You might want to get it into assets that aren't going to lose value. And people say on here, well, come on, go in deeper into this. Well, I can't. You know what? If people want to come and take my whole life coach course, and that's not me trying to get you in there, I will give you everything. And you'll have my personal number, and I will be your guide and coach, and I will be responsible for what I say to you. And the reality is that I am awake. Are you awake? Are you awake? Do you know what's going on? Did you check history? Do you know that there's a climate change right now, and it's not called climate change, that it is actually historical, and this is what it does? And we're not going into, remember that before they said that we were going to freeze, right? Remember that? Just 10 years ago and it wouldn't fly? Remember? It was 20 years ago and it wouldn't fly. But now we're not going to freeze to death. Now we're going to burn up. God, I wish they'd make up their mind. And remember something, the only carbon they're after is you. We are the carbon they're after. I want you to have a beautiful night. And as you can see, the sun is almost gone and my friend's still with me.
Hello.
And he'll be with me tomorrow because tomorrow I'm actually going to move into another place, because now that I got this place, and if I come here tomorrow, I'll show you the setup. It's beautiful. This is a 4-diamond resort. It's called Cala del Mar. It's in Ixtapa, Mexico. And I will be doing courses here. When they start trying to shut the planes down, shut us down from traveling, this is where I'll be doing my course. And this is where I'm going to be living. I'm going to be living where nobody can turn the heat off on me, and nobody can shut the supermarket and tell me I need to do something like this to get myself an apple, okay? All right? Because the apple a day is you learning how to love yourself unconditionally and care for yourself. Remember something. Stop being scared, okay? When you just relax and get into your breath, when you get into your breath and you have this imagination, use it, fantasize what you would like in your life, and then know that which created the universe will give it to you if you sit in peace with it and know that you deserve it. Now, if you've got some kind of belief system that you're a little sinner or that you're guilty of something, good luck getting what you want, okay? And remember something, I've said it before on my other One-A-Days, if you're in my family, you're off the hook before you even go on the hook. If you're in another family, you might be on the hook for an hour or a day or a month or a year. Which family would you like to be in? And if you have children, would you like them to love themselves only 10% or 20%? Or how about 100%? You would tell me 100%. So why don't you do it? Why don't you lead the way? Why don't you let them know that it's okay to unconditionally love yourself and not send yourself to guilt jail? Yeah, so now you know what I'm about. I'm about what? Giving that person who comes to my whole life coach course exactly what they want, and they're too scared to get it, and show them that when they get there, they're going to find the brightest light in the world called their spirit, and they are going to feed that spirit for the rest of their life. And they are never, ever going to allow any family member or the world guilt them for anything, because guess what? I remember coming here before, and the reality is I've always done my best. You've always done your best. Even though people want to guilt us, screw that. And I mean screw that. Screw it. You've always done your best. What happened when they guilted you? What happened when you bought it? You got sick. You'll never hear of this guy having the flu or cancer or anything. And both of my parents left this planet before 55 of cancer. And their whole life, okay, they were waiting for someone to come and save them. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. Go walk over to the mirror. There's your savior. God bless and good night. We'll see you tomorrow.